Sailor Mercury, Sailor Quicksilver, Amy here, and today the oversight that only girls or women can be sailor fighters, oversight was broken. Now, a lot of folks in the Sailor Moon followership, some of them will think that this oversight, that you cannot break it, and God forbid if you do. Now, this oversight that NAOKO Takeuchi came up with, that everyone thinks you have to follow. Now, it's true the Toei business already broke the oversight, and they did it with the Sailor Starlights. Sailor Star, Maker, Healer, and Fighter. And I know a lot of folks are going to say, oh, no, they did not. Yeah, the oversight was broken by Toei business and the last following of Sailor Moon. And up until then, a lot of folks say that NAOKO Takeuchi really didn't truly care about what freedoms Toei did with Sailor Moon up until then. So you could do a lot of things, but if you stepped over the row, then that was not good. And a lot of folks seem to think that NAOKO Takeuchi and Toei had their falling out after that. Who knows? But a lot of folks say that NAOKO Takeuchi did not like that Toei did and broke the oversight with the Sailor Starlights. Now, to say that this oversight is only something that Toei business has to follow or whatever, you need to be crazy. There were some folks in the Sailor Moon followership, not going to say any names or handles, but there were some folks out there that, were against, Ernest being Sailor Earth on the grounds that A, he was Sailor Earth, and B, that he was a man. And it somehow that went against two things. And someone thought there was a slight on NAOKO Takeuchi. How they came up with this belief, who knows? The only guess I could come up with is that they were a follower of that oversight, and that they thought that everyone would follow it, I guess. Now, keep in mind, why would they be so worried about an oversight that was already broken as early as between 95 YL, because that's when Sailor Stars came out, right? And a lot of folks out there thought that, like to forget that. Or they just, don't talk about it. So yes, the oversight was already broken, by the Toei business themselves when Sailor Star, Healer, Fighter, and Maker came along as the Sailor Starlights. Yes, they were men who, when they shape-shifted into the Sailor Starlights, they then became women. And some folks thought that was Toei business's way of following the oversight. Now, at the end of the day, a lot of folks are going to look at Sailor Stars and they're going to say, well, they follow the oversight now. Yeah, well, before they didn't. So, I don't really follow the oversight. It's my earnest belief that anyone can be a sailor fighter. That God can call anyone to be a sailor fighter or choose them to be a sailor fighter. And if some folks out there in the Sailor Moon followership don't, get irked or angered over it, well, that's just too bad. It is going to have to deal with it. And I would think that NAOKO Takeuchi would have an open mind to other folks' take on Sailor Moon, even if it wasn't her take or Toei's take or whatever take out there, So, yeah, the oversight was broken. NAOKO Takeuchi and Toei had some kind of talk about the Sailor Starlights and about how they were men. Well, if you keep in mind, in Sailor Stars, they were women who clothed themselves to look like men. And then they shapeshifted and they were women. So, yeah. Alright, in Sailor Stars, right, that's true, in Sailor Moon Stars. And Sailor Moon Sailor Stars, they were men who shapeshifted and they became women. So I don't really care too much about that oversight. And Ernest, being Sailor Earth, well, he wasn't the first men sailor fighter. And that went to Dustin, Jordan, and Julian, Sailor Star maker, healer, and fighter. They are the ones that kind of opened that door, and Ernest became Sailor Earth. And if you want to see him as the first one, then great. Snoop Dogg, Calvin Cosler, he became Sailor Sun. So yeah, we broke the oversight because we don't really care about the oversight. If you want to follow it, great for you. But we're not the Toei business. We're not Aldley Niall Golding's business. We don't have to uphold and follow some oversight that we either made for ourselves. We don't got to follow it. And even if Aldley Niall Goldings and the Toei business follow the oversight, no one else has to. And I think that anyone can be a sailor fighter. And here's my take before I end the film. I think NAOKO Takeuchi came up with that oversight to tell folks why girls and women were being sailor fighters in that world, or why they were sailor fighters in that world. It wasn't an oversight. That's what I think she meant, or why she came up with the oversight. I could be wrong because I'm not her, but I'm just making my guess on it. Anyway, give me your thoughts on only girls or women can be sailor fighters or sailor keepers, oversight. Do you follow it? Do you uphold it? Or are you like me and think that anyone can be a sailor fighter or sailor keeper? Sailor Mercury, Sailor Quicksilver, Amy, and I'll see you later.